What's up, guys? It's your buddy 5 Hour Doom, and I just want to do my kind of week in review video. I didn't play too much foosball this week. I had some interesting stuff going on though. So for Christmas, Beth got me a couple sessions of coaching with Brandon Moreland. So pretty cool. I have never done any kind of coaching before, besides just like, talking to people at the bar and just kind of picking up whatever you pick up along the way. So I thought it was really interesting that I was going to get to sit down with Brandon and do some like actual coaching. And it was really interesting. I think I'll make some other separate videos about that to talk about some of the stuff he told me and, just how the whole thing went. Overall, though, I was pretty happy with it. I would definitely recommend it. I think for me, it was it's extra great because I have all these videos up. Like if you don't have the videos up, I'm not really sure what you're going to do. It's definitely a lot better if he can like see you doing, see you playing and like find some problems in your game. And that's basically what he did. I mean, like, for example, the one thing I will talk about in this video that he was telling me about was just my setup on the 5-bar. So what I'll do when I'm passing is I will bring the ball down to the second man on the 5-bar, and then I'll kind of like serve it from there, move it down slowly, and then I kind of can hover from the first man and pass it. And a lot of times what I would do is I would get on that second man, I would, kind of serve it to that first man, and I would pass it right then. You know what I mean? I would just pass it right there. Or sometimes, if I was like really working it, might like wait for the ball to come down pretty close to the wall, and then for my first man, I would tap it off the wall, and as the ball kind of rises up off the wall, then I would have like a second period of time where you can kind of hover and potentially pass. So what Brandon told me to try to do is to actually try to get like 3 or ideally 4 different sets off of that one 5-bar possession. So you started with the second man, tap it, roll it over, hover, 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 tap it back off of the first man to the second man, tap it back, hover, hover, hover a second time, back and forth, hover, hover, hover third time, back and forth fourth time. And these are all like, short window. You have 10 seconds, right? So each of these individual things is very short. But I thought it was really interesting. Just the idea of getting more attempts at looking at a pass. And then like when you're doing that, also looking at what the defender is doing. And I guess I don't want to get into it too much in this video because I do want to make some other videos about it. But if you're doing a brush pass, I think that is something to think about. It's like, do you just get it set up and just pass it like the first time through, or do you give yourself a few opportunities to, look at the defense, move it back and forth, and maybe get, 2, 3, maybe even 4 attempts where that ball is rolling through the sweet spot where you can pass it. And I did that yesterday, and I thought it was actually really effective. It was definitely better than what I was doing before. So it's pretty cool. I had one session with Brandon. It was like a half hour, or actually I think he even gave me more than a half hour, really. And, I think there were just tangible things I took away from that definitely helped my game even this weekend, just like immediately, without me even like practicing or doing anything. So I was pretty happy with it. I would definitely recommend it. If you do reach out to Brandon for some coaching, tell him who sent you 5-Bar Doom. I would appreciate that. Now let's talk about the foosball this weekend. So I didn't play too much foos. On Friday night at Grady's, they did not have singles. Like if they have singles, I try to make it out for singles. You know what I mean? Singles is like my number one favorite thing. I want to make sure if you're running a singles tournament, I want to be there playing singles. They didn't do that this week. They basically just did they just did a draw, and they're going to start the draw at 9 p.m. And they had like some sort of comedian there, which is kind of weird. I mean, it's just like a little bar. So I was definitely a little bit skeptical about how that whole thing was going to go down. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I just skipped it, and I don't know how the draw went. It sounds like they were like yelling at the foosball players because I think maybe they were trying to finish playing out a game or something, and then the MC was like a total dick, and he was like yelling at the foosball players or something. So overall, it didn't sound like the best environment necessarily, but I don't know because I wasn't there. I skipped it. Then I didn't have a partner for Saturday. I didn't put any effort into lining one up or anything. But I woke up and I got a nice surprise from a couple different players. So Saturday morning, and I went to bed early on Friday. Like I was in bed by like literally like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, right? So I wake up and then my Facebook Messenger, I got 2 different messages, basically the exact same message. Like, do you got a partner for tonight or for Sunday? And it was from Sean Chenard, who, awesome partner. I really like Sean. It's fun playing with Sean. The one time we did get to play together. And normally he's playing with his dad. So if I have an opportunity to play with Sean, that's really cool. So he asked me to play. And then also Ron Olson was talking about playing, which that'd be really cool. I have never played with Ron before. Honestly, I haven't really seen him play up there. He lives, apparently he lives in Gladwin, which is like 2.5 hours away. And the only times I've seen Ron since I've been here have been basically at Mike Wyrowski's house when he'll run a big tournament out of his house. So I thought that was really neat that Ron wanted to play too. So I was just kind of texting them both back and see who got back to me first. And Ron did get back to me first, which was good because I know Ron never comes down. So I thought it was really cool that I was going to get to play with him. So then Sunday, Saturday night they usually run tournaments, but the last couple weeks they've been running them on Sunday afternoon. I think it's just like a scheduling thing between the guys that run the tournaments. So this week they were running a handicap mega draw that started at 4 o'clock. And then in theory at 6 o'clock they would start this bring. I think it started like significantly later, like maybe 6:30, 6:45-ish, something like that. But anyway, I played the mega draw. Ended up getting 3rd place. I played okay in the intro rounds. Like I said, I was using some of the stuff that Brandon was talking about. One thing was just taking more time on my 5-bar, trying to read the defense better on my 5-bar, and kind of trying to categorize like what the defender is doing. And that was interesting. I will make more videos about this, so hang tight on that. Then on the 3-bar, also kind of same kind of thing, like taking more time. I was trying to hit my push side deeper. And there were some other things as well about like picking a hole versus guessing and stuff. And like, I'll make more videos about that. But suffice to say, I had some different things to think about on the 3-bar. And I can see how it did help me. Also, for the 1,000 people that have told me a billion times to quit looking at my wrist when I set up my roller, Brandon was also in the camp of quit looking at your wrist while setting up the roller. So I'm gonna try to quit. I'm gonna try to quit that. And he did make a good point about that. Is like, if you're looking at your wrist while you set up the roller, you don't really get necessarily to take advantage of like a quick shot right out of the setup. You know what I mean? Where you just put it on your wrist and like wham, go push side, wham, go pull side. And I actually did take advantage of that a couple times this weekend during the mega draw. So that was another little improvement that I was able to make off of that coaching from Brandon. So that was pretty neat. But anyway, yeah, the draw, it went the way it went. I did pretty good in the intro rounds. Got into the final like 8 players, or it must have been more than 8 because I know they did more than 3 rounds. So whatever. The mega draw is always just like, who knows what the actual format's going to be, you know what I mean? As far as like how many people get into the final round and all that type of thing. It is what it is. In my mind, I just treat it as practice. You know what I mean? I treat it as this is a warm-up for the bring. I'm going to play my best, and whatever happens, happens. However the format goes is how the format goes. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to like get bent out of shape about the lack of consistency or that type of thing. So anyway, I got into the final rounds, lost my first match. I think we had to give up 2 points. Maybe I only had to give up 1 point. I'm not sure, in a race to 7. But either way, I didn't play very good. I definitely had enough opportunities to win that match. So, hey man, what can you do? 1 game race to 7, and you got to give up 1 or 2 points. It's not the easiest situation in the world to overcome. So anyway, but mostly it was just because I didn't play that good. So there you have it. But I did get third place. I had, played the first match, lost. Got another match, it was like consolation match, and we won that. So got third place, got $5. So that's the entry fee back. It was like $5 entry, $5 table fee, and I got paid out $5. So got my entry fee back. I'll take it. Then the Bring Your Partner happened. So I played with Ron Olson. He's Pro Master, I guess. I assume. He's on one of those foosball cards, so I assume you're probably a Pro Master. But yeah, dude, I played with Ron. First time I played with him. Honestly, I don't know that I've really seen him play at all, because he hasn't really been around the local tournaments much lately. But he played pretty good. It was interesting playing with Ron. I played mostly pits, although we did switch periodically. I got a lot of instruction from Ron, which is something different from my normal tournament experience. You know what I mean? Like, one thing that did work out pretty well is he was just sort of like, okay, we're gonna do a zone, and you're just gonna be on like short, basically. And he kind of just told me where to put my men, and basically I just kind of sat there, and that's how I did it. You know what I mean? It's like, if they go on the push side, just reverse it. There you have it. You know what I mean? And I did it, and I think it actually worked out really well. The one thing that was hilarious about this zone conversation, though, is I talked to Ron about the zone, right? And I was doing it good as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? I think I didn't really let too much in. I think there was one that split me at one point throughout the night. But overall, I stayed in position, and it did work really well. He did kind of funnel everything through there, and, just landed on my man, and there you have it. You know what I mean? So it was a good strategy. But it was pretty funny because in one match early on, we switched, and there were two balls where Ron jumped off of the short, and the guy just cut it in behind on the short. I think it was when we were playing Sean and Brian. So I just was kind of laughing at that because, like, I'm trying to do my best to, like, be in this zone. Ron is just jumping off. And he was kind of blaming me for saying my 5-bar wasn't in the right position, which maybe is true. I thought I actually was doing fine, but maybe I wasn't. I haven't watched the video yet, so we'll see what happens on the video. But I will say it's pretty funny when he's supposed to be on the short and he jumps off like twice in the same match and it goes in. I mean, if you don't jump off it and it sprays long, like he was saying I was leaving the spray, then obviously that is on me. But if you just jump off straight, then that's not on me. You know what I mean? So it was just kind of hilarious. But anyway, Ron played really good, dude. He had a good 5-bar, just real crispy. You know what I mean? Crispy wall, nice deep, steep brush on the far wall. It's all far wall stuff. I did see him hit one near wall when the ball was kind of just bouncing around the near wall, but primarily far wall. And then his 3-bar was very, very good. He was hitting like very long. Just overall, I was really impressed with his 3-bar. I thought he did a great job. There was a couple matches where instead of a roller, he went to like a front pin, and even just kind of like setting up the roller, he could just be like wham, front pin, and he was really successful with that as well. So I was definitely super impressed with his forward game. I thought he did a great job. Good passing, good block, good 3-bar as well. You know what I mean? And hey, guy's Pro Master or whatever, should be doing good, right? And he was. So that was nice. For me, I was playing in the pits most of the night. I thought I did okay. I mean, there's some I did better than others. I actually thought I did pretty decent in the finals against Chris and Bob. We ended up winning the winner's bracket. So it was like the first match, who do we have to play? I don't remember. Maybe it was John, Kay, and Bill. I believe that's who it was. So we beat them. Then we had to play Sean, Chenard, and Brian Chisholm. And it was a tough match, Sean was playing really good. They're just tough, you know what I mean? They both played good. I think it went to match point. And we basically just got kind of lucky to get out of that match, to be honest, because I feel like I wasn't blocking that great. And, it was a tough match, I guess I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember it being a really tough match. But we won that one. And then we had to play Chris and Bob, and we survived that match as well. I think we won the first game. They won the second game, and the third game was kind of close. In the finals, and I pretty much played pits like the majority of the time. It was actually pretty funny though, because Ron wanted to switch with me like on really important points, and it'd be like 4-4. He's like, "Do you want this 3-bar?" I'm like, because I'm like, I'm kind of nervous. I'm trying to play good for this guy. You know what I mean? He's like one of the better players in the state. I'm like, I mean, I can try it, buddy. Like, I haven't been shooting. You know what I mean? I'm playing pits. You know what I mean? So if you want me to get up there, I'll try it. No promises, dude. But a few times I did switch on 4-4 and shoot and score, which was pretty sick. And then he was like, sniper, that was like he was like, oh, do you want to be the sniper and come up here? So it was pretty fun, actually. It was a cool vibe to just be in the pits and then take that one shot and just like, wham, sniper, you know what I mean? Just score it for the win. So it was pretty fun. So I had some success switching. I had some other points where I didn't do as well. But, it is what it is. In the final against Chris and Bob, I thought I blocked Chris decent from time to time. At first I thought I was blocking him pretty good. Then he started scoring on me, and then I kind of adjusted. And some of it was due to what Brandon was talking to me about too. He was kind of trying to categorize defenses into three. I guess I will talk about this a little bit. He was trying to categorize defenses into like basically three types of categories. One is like a race defense. Two is like a bait and switch kind of defense where you like leave one hole, then now you move into it when you think the guy's gonna shoot or whatever. And third is what he calls like a challenge defense, which I guess as I understand it is just sort of like trying to make a guy hit a harder hole. You know what I mean? Kind of like leaving the long on a pole or leaving like the two posts on a roller. Kind of like what Bob Navarra does. I would call that a challenge defense, where it's like it's pretty obvious what holes are there, but they are small, and you're gonna have to hit it fast and good in order to score it. So like at first, I was doing my kind of normal defense. It was working okay. Then he started ripping me up a bit, and at the end, I did kind of switch to more of this like challenge style defense, and I thought it actually did work a little bit better for me. Another thing that was interesting was I got a ton of passes on Chris, which was pretty nasty because most of the time nobody's passing that great on those guys. So I just set the ball up on the wall with my 2-bar, for like a pull. I actually hit 3 sliders that scored over the course of like our 3 matches. We had to play them in the winner's bracket, and then we had to play them in the finals. They won the first set, but we did win the second set. But I hit 3 sweet sliders throughout the course of the matches. And then in the finals, I hit a ton of passes, dude. I just was just smacking these passes up the wall to Ron, and I don't know how many I got, but it was a lot, you know what I mean? Especially on those guys, because basically nobody's ever passing on those guys, as far as I can see, you know what I mean? It's very rare. So that felt pretty good, for sure. And, we were struggling a little bit in the finals. Chris and Bob, they're always tough, obviously. They were turning it on, and we're lucky we escaped alive, but we did, and we won the tournament. So I've been running pretty hot in that Bring Your Partner. I think out of the last 5 weeks, I won 4 of them, something like that. Who did I win with? I won with Fuad, I won with Sean Chenard, I won with Beatty, I won with Jay, and this time I won with Ron Olson. So 5 out, and the 1 week I didn't win was with Pat, trainer. Sorry, I already made the videos talking about how I played like shit that week. So there you have it. But yeah, 5 out of 6 weeks I won with 5 different partners. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I guess that's it for the weekend review. I had a pretty fun time. It was good seeing everybody, as always. I'm still thinking about going TKO. I honestly just don't know if I'm going to go or not, dude. Some people have reached out to partner up, and there's some people I think it would be fun to play with. I don't know that I'd call us like a top team, and no insults given or anything. I'm not saying I'm a top player either. I'm just saying like the people I could partner up with, I think we'd have a good time playing. Are we going to be like top team in the bracket? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. You know what I mean? It'd be more like we could have fun and could do decent. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, to me, like, singles is like the main reason I'd want to go out there and play anyway, to kind of test myself at singles. I think one reason why I don't want to go out there is just honestly the fear of not doing very good in singles. I just kind of like, it just feels more comfortable to not go and just try to keep playing good in the local events and just wonder if I would do good in singles out there versus actually going and playing and figuring out if I do good in singles. You know, hey, I mean, I'm just kind of opening up to you guys, dude. It's like, just mentally, that's where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a lot of stress just trying to like go and like, oh, I'm going to go and really try to perform well in these events and stuff like that, you know. So, yeah, so I just don't know, man. I'm still thinking about it. I'd say I'm honestly 50-50 on whether I'm going to go or not. As far as I'm concerned, I could basically decide like Thursday morning, Wednesday night, if I'm going to go out or not, you know. Because as far as partners, like I have some partners I could partner up with. But I could easily just write my name down the list and just pick anybody that's just looking for a partner, and it would basically be fine as well, as far as I'm concerned. So that's where I'm at partner-wise. You know, playing the singles events would be cool. Pro singles, open singles. So I definitely would really like to play those. It would also be fun to just go and get some other matches recorded against other people. Like obviously, I'm doing all these casts and videos nonstop. It would be cool to have some videos from TKO. So for my channel and stuff like that, obviously it would be good for me to go. So that's one thing that is kind of pushing me more towards going, is just like it would be good to get some other videos from TKO, you know, and maybe some like interviews, maybe whatever it might be, you know what I mean? Also just like kind of getting the word out about my channel, you know what I mean? I'll have my mic stand with the camera. Maybe I can make a little thing with like a QR code to scan and like follow my channel or whatever. That would be good. So, you know, so these are all ideas I have. But, you know, it would also just be easy for me not to go. I don't really care, to be honest. It's not like I'm missing out on like winning a bunch of money or anything. It's not like I can't just continue working on my game here and go to another tournament later in the year. And, you know, and potentially even, like, commit to it a little bit earlier and, like, get some good partners lined up. Like, I had some pretty sick partners that were asking me to play TKO. So if I had committed, I mean, literally, it was, like, months ago. Like, when normal people would get partners. You know, so I had some, like, fantastic people wanting to play with me or, you know, asking me to play that I could have partnered up with. Now it's, like, getting down to the point where most people have partners. You're kind of either like hoping somebody great just shows up out of nowhere without a partner, or, you know, there's people that, you know, I think I would have fun playing with some people that I've talked to, so I am considering it. But anyway, that's just where I'm at mentally. Obviously, I'm all over the place mentally with going to TKO, and I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. The other thing, honestly, like I'm just so into CrossFit that it is a bummer to just be away from my gym for like any days, dude. Like I don't miss going to the gym ever. You know what I mean? I'm going 6 days a week, sometimes more. Like I worked out Saturday, and then Saturday night I went and did another workout for a half hour just by myself like a psycho. And I don't really love the idea of being out like Thursday to Monday away from my gym. You know what I mean? Like working out is very important to me. Honestly, it's much more important than foosball because foosball is kind of doing nothing for me. You know what I mean? Like it's fun making these videos. It's fun going up to the weekends and crushing. But overall, like just CrossFit is way more important to me, and just fitness is way more important to me in general. So I just don't even want to skip any days whatsoever. And also I'm just like a homebody. I hate traveling. You know what I mean? So that's just me being a whiner. Obviously I should go to TKO. It would be fun. And I still might. You know what I mean? Honestly, like throughout the day, I go through a range of emotions, like where I think I'm definitely going to where like, I could skip it. So I just think I'm just not going to commit, and I'm just going to see how the week goes. We had some stuff going on this week. On Friday night, Sean Chenard is having a little tournament at his house, so that'll be pretty fun. Beth's going to go up there. We're going to play doubles. I think they have like singles event. So there's going to be some fun stuff going on there. I'll see how I play too. There's going to be some tough players up there. if I do really good there, that would also like kind of push me towards going to TKO, especially in singles. So maybe it'll kind of you know, hinge on that. We'll see how I play this Friday. But yeah, I guess that's about it for this week. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'll tell you what, man, those subscription numbers are slow to move up. If you're watching this deep in the video, I assume you've probably already subscribed. But if you literally sat through this whole video and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I would appreciate it, dude. You know, it helps me out. And yeah, man, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching the streams. Thanks for watching the matches. Thank you for the comments. I appreciate all you guys. And I will see you in the next video.